Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil. Today I want to talk about a deck I'm working on based around Claydol and utilizing Ditto. Claydol is a Stage 1 fighting Pokemon with the Mystery Charge ability. You can use the ability only if you have no supporter cards in your discard pile, so we play no supporters in this deck. And then once during your turn, you may attach a Fighting Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So it can accelerate Fighting Energy to any Pokemon. Doesn't have to be a fighting Pokemon. Can be to the active. So quite useful there. So the main attacker we're pairing it with is Ditto, which can copy the attacks of any basic Pokemon that's not a rule box. So no V, EX, or Radiant Pokemon. So that's fine. You need the energy cost of the attacker that you're copying for it. So it gives us flexibility. We have two main attackers then that we're using. One, which I think is a lot of fun, is Terrakion, 130 HP. Basic, because it has to be to copy with Ditto. And of course, we can attack with this one also directly. And then it does Cavern Tackle, 120 for 3 energy, not great. But then during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from attacks done to this Pokemon. If one of your Pokemon used Cavern Tackle during your last turn, this attack can't be used. So it's terrific, 120 damage, and then you're immune to damage the next turn. So that's great, but then you can't use Cavern Tackle again, which is why we want the Ditto, because if we attack with Ditto, then we can keep that in the active. It doesn't get knocked out. We don't even have to worry about switching, and we can copy the attack of another basic Pokemon, which the one we want to use then is Stonjourner, also 130 HP, does Rock Throw for 20, but then we want to use Mystery Press for 3 energy, which we should already have on it. Again, we can accelerate energies if we need to set a new one up with the Claydol, and Mystery Press for 3 energy does 60 damage, and then if you have no supporters in your discard pile, which of course we won't, it does 130 more, so 190 damage for 3. So this is the bigger damage one. Quite nice, a very nice number to hit on a single prize basic, and then you have your Terrakion does 120, but it's immune to damage the next turn. So quite nice. The engine as I have it right now, 1 Radiant Greninja, obviously conceal cards, you discard an energy, draw 2 cards. We need to get those energies in the discard to accelerate them with Claydol, so that makes a lot of sense. And then I'm playing 1 Skwovet and a 2/2 Bibarel line, right? Skwovet, you can shuffle your hand, put it at the bottom of your deck, and draw 1 card. Bibarel, once during your turn, you may draw until you have 5 cards in hand. I might want to drop the Skwovet because just enough bench Pokemon going on that I can't necessarily find room for the Skwovet in a lot of games. So I think I might Skwovet right now is a card I'm thinking of dropping. Although obviously Skwovet and then Bibarel for Industrializers, draw 5 is quite nice. So there's the Pokemon we have. And then 12 basic fighting energy, all fighting basic energy because that's what we can accelerate. And then a fairly streamlined set of trainers. First, we have PokéStop, right? Which is a stadium card. Once during your turn, each player may discard 3 cards from the top of their deck. If a player discards any item cards this way, they put those item cards into their hands. So energies goes in the discard, which we want. Pokemon go in the discard, which we want some of, right? We need those basics for Ditto to copy. We do have Rescue Carrier, 2 copies of that to get back Pokemon 90 HP or less, which we can get back the Baltoy, things like, and a few other Pokemon, as well as the Dittos, right? So that's important to get those back in play. And of course, we don't play any supporters, so PokéStop's good, fine with that because you don't get supporters in your hand anyway, so that's not an issue. And then we play a lot. Everything else is items, so all these other item cards come right in our hand with PokéStop. So I think PokéStop makes a lot of sense when we're not playing supporters. 4 Trekking Shoes. I'm sure you'll be familiar with this. It's a staple card in a lot of decks. Look at the top card of your deck. You can put it into your hand or discard it. If you discard it, you draw the next card. So draw a few more cards, get those cards you want in the discard. Helps with that. 4 Nest Ball just to set up. 4 Ultra Ball to get the evolutions, as well as discard the basic Pokemon and the energies that you want. 4 Gutsy Pickaxe, which is a nice card here. You look at the top card of your deck. It's a fighting energy card. You attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. It doesn't have to be a fighting Pokemon, just has to be on the bench. And then if it's not an energy, it just goes into your hand, so a little more draw again to get through the deck and accelerate some more energy. 2 Escape Rope, and 2 Switch cards to help with that. And I believe I said the Ultra Ball and the Rescue Carrier already. So that's the deck list. Let's jump in and see how the deck works. Like I said, Skwovet. I'm trying to evaluate the deck still. So I'm going to kind of make notes to myself of how I might want to tweak it. That's part of this process, right? I have a deck list. I kind of had this Claydol idea, had some fighting Pokemon that seemed to make sense with it. Then it was suggested, hey, maybe the Ditto is good in the box. So that didn't have Ditto originally, and I was like, yep, that makes a lot of sense. I think I want to go with that. I do wish that Quick Ball would be a lot better than Nest Ball, because with Nest Ball, the basic Pokemon goes on the bench, so I can't discard the fighting Pokemon that I want to attack with. But of course, it's not bad to attack with it either, right? Like if I attack with Stonjourner, that's fine. When it's knocked out, it just goes in the discard, and I can cop with Ditto. Now, this is nice. I'm up against a Lightning deck, it looks like. It's weak to my fighting Pokemon, so I don't really want to use Ditto. I want to attack with the Stonjourner and the Terrakion themselves. So we'll see how I set up. It's a stage. It's an evolution deck, so I really won't be attacking my first turn, but I can... all right, get this guy down. Let me get some Pokemon. Before I use PokéStop, let me get some basics down on the bench that I want, right? Because that'll be useful. Let me get Radiant Greninja down. He'll help me set up. Let me get another Pokemon down now. I will get a... I'm going to get a Trekion down, because again, I want to attack with these fighting Pokemon. They're harder to get than some other cards. So, let me see what I hit with this. Skwovet. I'm going to ditch the Skwovet, because I think I'd like to get another Baltoy down and Bidoof. Alright, so that's okay. I'll use PokéStop now. I'm going to use that in Radiant Greninja still. Alright, all 3 go on my hand. That's quite nice. I'm liking that. So, basic Pokemon. I want to get down another Baltoy, because I need to get energies to attack next turn. I'll do Trekking Shoes. Yeah, sure. I'll take that. Let's see what I hit with this guy. Alright, that's useful. I'm going through a lot of cards here. So no energy in the discard. I like that. All right, energy in hand. That's fine. I will Radiant Greninja. I would like to get a Bidoof down for sure. I don't know if I want to play that other Baltoy. I got to decide about that. Let's see what I get here. Rescue Carrier. What did I discard? Skwovet. No, I don't want to get him back. Rope. So that's good. This is all very solid. So I'm going to attach to Trekion. And I'll end turn. I was thinking, did I want to play the Baltoy? I don't think so. 2 Claydol should be fine. And I'd like to get that Bidoof down, right? So I have a bench spot for Bidoof if I don't get knocked out. Now, there's a decent chance I get knocked out, but they haven't gotten their attackers down yet, right? I assume maybe it's a Koraidon deck or something, right? So Forest Seal Stone, so it's obviously a V deck. All right, so they're getting a Nest Ball, so that helps them out. So now they get, which gets them the Koraidon, and now they get their bench set up, and they have an electric generator because I saw them grab that. So they will go through, fill their bench up, or at least to the extent they want to. They don't want to get 2 Koraidons down, which is fine. I don't know if they'll use, okay, evolve there. 1 energy in the discard, so that's okay. I mean, so the Raikou will certainly one-shot me. I already have 1 energy attached to my Trekion, so there's a decent chance I can one-shot them. Although, no, I don't know. If I could have gotten a Bidoof down, I'd be in a much better shape. They're going to knock out my Stonjourner. I'll send up the Terrakion. If I can attack, I take the knockout, and I'm immune next turn. So that is a very nice situation if I pull it off. I'm not loving my setup, though. I need to draw into a good card is what I need to do. If I hit an energy, then I can attack, right? That's because I can accelerate an energy. I need to manually attach an energy. Ditto, not what I wanted. So I just, I could Skwovet this turn. I don't love that, though, at all. All right, I'm going to PokéStop, see what I get. What I lose. Ditto. Oh, well, that, okay, good. That gets me there, right? That gets me exactly where I need to go. So, do I want to get... All right, I'm going to grab the Claydol. So that's not bad, right? So I can attack. I can get the Dittos on the bench. I don't love the Dittos on the bench, of course, right? So I'm going to attack. I'm going to be immune to damage, but I can't attack next turn, right? That's my problem, right? I cannot attack. So what do I want to do for next turn? I think I want to... Let me get... Yeah, I'm going to get the... All right, and I'm going to... I think I'm gonna put down a Bidoof, just so next turn it kind of I can Bibarel next turn if they don't disrupt my hand, and I have rope, right? Just try to think through my next turn what I'm gonna do here. Sorry, I know I wasn't talking there, which I guess I should be for the video, but I was busy thinking. All right, energy in hand is nice. I can use that with Greninja. I can attach manually, right? I don't have an attacker. Well, they can't knock out my Terrakion. But, I don't know, how do you pronounce Terrakion, I guess Terrakion. I was kind of inclined to say it's Terrakion, because Terra is kind of the root word from it, but Terrakion doesn't sound nice, right? So Terrakion, I think that has more of a flow to it, right? So Terrakion. I will try and say that consistently. If you know that that's the wrong pronunciation, let me know. All right, so Judge, I would have liked to have kept the Bibarel, but I may get into better cards. That's not great. I can get down. That's not. No, that's actually quite solid for me, though, right? So I'm immune, but I can get down another Pokemon, right? Oh, that's right. He hits the bench. So, all right. Well, that was good. He didn't take a prize there, though, so that's good. All right, so I will... And they concede. So, and that was that. There we go. Look at that. Got a 1 game, 1 win with it. So, you know, I was going to go pull out the my other attacker, right? The... Koraidon that next turn, which I think I was going to be able to get. I could get energy onto it and send it back in the active. So, look, they were weak to me, so that clearly helps. There's no denying that. But the deck did set up. I'm going to keep working on the deck. You know, take a look at the deck, see what you think about it. It's fun. Obviously, a deck like this is, you know, no supporters. It's a bit of a gimmick, but it has the potential to work for sure. I think it has the potential to be a reasonable deck. So, take a look. I'm going to keep working on it, Give me your ideas. Let me know if you find a deck like this interesting, or do you prefer me just to stick to the more top tier decks. Anyway, I hope you like the deck. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you have some good suggestions. Take care.